Coming up in the next countdown LBL. Coming up next video. Title, next video. Description. Skip to this video now. Transcript for Florida braces for Hurricane Irma. Thanks for watching us on abcnews.com. I'm Promise here in Miami this week where this storm but roads South Florida. Hurricane Irma. It's on its way. It has rocked the Caribbean. It is raging through the Great right now, is it? It hammered Cuba last night. So this is what we're seeing here, our Lord downtown Miami. We've got gray skies here right now. We've already felt the outer rain bands of hurricane term this morning. There have been bursts of rain here in the air right now. It is not raining, but it is definitely windy, and we're feeling it a whole lot more down here. But here at this marina you can see jet skis are bopping up and down the boats, the yachts at that left here. A lot of boat owners trying to secure their boats, some of them living here, some of them to use these boats where a good time out in the ocean, so they are hoping for the best right now. Once hurt me, it does come through here. It does compared to South Florida, that the U-boats of there survive. So talk about evacuations. We've seen early this morning, we saw just a few people trying to get out of here in this mass exit out of Florida. But right now we haven't any traffic on highways. There are 3 main routes out of South Florida right now, and in traffic is if there is no traffic, nothing compared to what we saw yesterday and the day before yesterday, where traffic was just gridlocked. You had thousands and thousands of people trying to get out of here. Keep in mind, here in South Florida, apartment at 38 counties, Broward, Palm Beach, and Miami to it altogether, except about 6 million people, so this is there's a huge population here. Its outports just matches people getting these evacuation warnings, trying to get out, declined to get to a shelter, really trying to think saved as the storm wells through. So we know that there are about 23 million people right now under a hurricane watch across the state of Florida. We heard from Florida's governor today saying that about 50,000 Floridians had gone to shelters. And here in Miami-Dade County, a lot of the shelters are built to capacity at the art. The county is working on opening up more spaces, more facilities, so that people can go to these shelters and hunker down and stay safe with their families. But again, here in Miami right now, all we're seeing, all repealing, are these "we need CE." You can see how the ocean is just kind of an artist bob up and out. It's turned angry for years, so the industry see how this turns out. But yet take a look at the water that the storm surge here in South Florida, that's been a big concern. That is a threat for or those that have decided to stay in their homes. That's the concern. And that when you talk about flood, this storm surge here are this water here basically. With this hurting coming through the ocean, water rise is pushed by those means that come along with the hurricane, so that's a concern here. Soap. Tomorrow morning when Hurricane Irma snakes its way South Florida, we all likely won't be able to stand here. We all. The water will most likely be much higher than it is at the moment. So again, eat out that's a huge concern. That's something to look out for if you are seeing here in South Florida that we have seen, like to see some folks over there. We have seen a few people here in this area in downtown Miami come all around it, walking around. They decided to stay here. There are a lot of skyscrapers here in this area. Since 30 structures, some newer buildings, and that most likely have better construction. And well, we've heard from some of the people that decided to stay here is that they feel protected by the structures built, that they're going to be okay. There are higher floor in these skyscrapers, so there won't be, they say, they don't feel as though there will be any concern for the storms are, so they're gonna think. What do you think? The wind and the rain will really hammer their place you much? That's kind of our plans to where worth staying in one of you structure of these buildings here. We got a plan in place. We know the stairwells are just in case things really get intense tomorrow morning when Hurricane Irma rolls through. For now, if it's okay for right now, we definitely feel the wind, and every once in a while you can feel that rain just pouring down as Hurricane Irma snakes its way of the Caribbean and to here in Southport. And just one more note that we talked about, all the people that have evacuated, some people deciding to stay here, whether at their homes or in shelters, and there are some aren't so many leads that what storm is coming through South. Artwork at a north and its camp, but we're gonna head to the west side where yes, it will be safe, where the storm really ball back to says that it's if we were on the east side, what you can only predict. So it's this so much, and this storm has shifted so much so that it is now headed right toward through South Florida, but then right up that west coast about Florida. And we heard from Sports Governor ISNT that sat at this massive storm engulf seen higher states, so bulk follows need to be aware, and they should be prepared to back. 2 days later we're seen where both coasts, where the west coast is now in the eye of the storm. I've got family that lives here in Miami and they did just that. It left Miami 2 days ago. They heeded the warnings, but they went up the west coast to the Tampa area, so now they are obviously concerned. They're in the wrong place. You know what you do when you've got your whole family there. And he hit the road again. That's something the governor has advised. Don't get this is not the time to get back on this. So it's a very typical situation for a lot of families out here. A lot of people, whether they have evacuated or stay here, a lot of nerves are rattled. A lot of folks that lived in Florida their entire lives have and never felt this way before. They have stayed here. For others, alarms, they've been alright. It seems that damaged, but this is a massive hurricane that is concerning a lot of folks here. And we will bring you the pictures, we'll bring you the latest and keep it to speed on exactly what's happening here in the South more. So for now, Optic Bye with a flock. Thank you for watching us on abcnews.com. And Rob, this transcript has been automatically generated and may not be 100% accurate.